Welcome to the Monkey Nut Punch podcast, round 2. Nothing to see here, no technical problems anyway. This is your weekly hit of movie news, sci-fi gossip, and streaming reviews. I'm your host, Keith, and today we are talking about Gremlins 3, Star Trek 4, now not happening, Godzilla Minus Zero, and we also dig into Doctor Who's controversial Sea Devils and the long-awaited return of the Night Manager, which I am really looking forward to. Anyway, I am joined just by Nige today because unfortunately Gareth has had many technical issues and this platform sucks. So we are one man down, but we are boldly continuing. So hi Nige.
Oh, I see what you did there.
I know, clever, isn't it?
So
how are we diddling?
Yeah, all good. This will be new. Not doing it without you. Yeah.
So what have you watched this week? And I know you watched some DS9. Have you watched anything else?
Yeah.
Did you do any other homework?
What was the other thing you asked me to look at?
Paradise.
Yes.
Did you watch You watched all of it? Shit. Okay, we're gonna have to talk about that then. Fuck. Okay, well done. Well, I saw.
Yeah, I remember. So I watched all of Paradise, and then I decided to watch DS9 and try and get into that.
Bloody hell, you feeling all right? You actually did some homework. Right. So shall we get into the news? Can I get an interlude?
My name is Jack.
Right. Now then, I'm going to make sure I've got the right show notes here. Gareth makes this look easy. Right. After decades of rumours, Gremlins 3 is officially happening. Yes, it's official now. Both Steven Spielberg and Chris Columbus are back. Columbus, who wrote the 1984 original, will now direct the sequel, with Spielberg returning as producer. Sadly, original director Joe Dante won't be involved, but Columbus has brought in Final Destination Bloodlines filmmakers Zachary Limpsky and Adam B. Stein to tighten the script, set for release no earlier than 2027. The film marks the franchise's 40-year return to the screens, because Gremlins, personally, I liked Gremlins 2 more than I liked Gremlins 1, but yes, what do you make of that, Nige?
Interesting.
Do you remember Gremlins?
Yes. I don't recall Gremlins 2 very much.
Oh, dude, you're missing out.
Obviously, I remember Gremlins. It was the one that kickstarted the thing. That was quite a good one. Gremlins 2 doesn't ring. I know it's out there. I need to refresh my memory. I haven't seen it in more than 20 years, I think. So it's been a while.
You see, Columbus and Spielberg directed the first one, which is slightly more horror-esque than the second one. I think the second one was slightly more comedic. It was set in a TV studio.
Which one had them singing New York, New York?
That's the second one.
Okay. I do sort of remember it.
It's the one I quote all the time. It's like every time my missus wants to wake me up, she turns on the light, and almost immediately I go, bright light, bright light.
Bright light, bright light. Is that from the second one?
It's from the second one.
Okay. I think maybe what I've done, because I've not seen either of them in so long, I've sort of merged them up, and there's bits in there from both. I think I do remember a bit of it.
I believe the original lead actor, I can't remember his name, is coming back.
Yeah.
But I mean, 40 years on, the thing is, I think it's going to work. At the moment, there is almost a hankering for stuff that we love because everything's been shit. The problem is when they brought back stuff, that's also been shit, and that's my concern. Although this is the original. This is Columbus and Spielberg together, and Spielberg still knows how to make a reasonably decent film. We won't talk about E.T. because I might suddenly change to a talking turd or something because somebody else is controlling this, not me.
if you think about how the Cobra Kai has gone, they've brought back the original actors, sort of done a continuation of the story, and it's in the same universe without any crap. If they do similar with Gremlins 3, use the same actors but older, and they've moved along the same sort of timeline, same directors, why not? It might just work.
And you make a bloody valid point, because if they take a leaf out of Cobra Kai's book, it will be really good. I mean, we had a news story a couple of weeks ago where we haven't heard much since then, but the Cobra Kai guys are meant to be doing a remake of Knight Rider, but they're also going to. The rumor is that they're also expanding that to incorporate Airwolf and all the other sort of series. I think there was certainly Airwolf and Knight Rider. There was one other that I can't remember, I'm looking forward to that. If that's real, I think that would be amazing. And again, I loved Gremlins 2. Gremlins 1 is a good movie, but it's slightly more horror-esque than Gremlins 2. Gremlins 2 was more comedic horror. But there is probably people remember Gremlins. I mean, one of the things that I when I went to Japan last year, I'd seen on a YouTube video that had literally been there a couple of months before. Those, I've forgotten what the name of them are. The sort of, you put pennies in, you turn, and you get a toy out, Kinder Surprise kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there's an area in Tokyo where there's hundreds of these shops. So there was one particular one that had these amazing Back to the Future sort of things. When they went down, I was like, and I was going to go there and get like loads of Back to the Future stuff, and I was going to get one for Chuck as well. Unfortunately, the Back to the Future had gone or run out, and I was really gutted because I'd worked out on the video exactly where it was. But the next best thing was that they had Gremlins, but they only had one Mugwai left. I got it. So I was kind of like disappointed about Back to the Future, but then I saw Gremlins. I was like, I'll have that. So it wasn't complete failure, and I was quite happy with that. And then I got Godzilla as well, which was awesome. And funny enough, we have a story about Godzilla as well. But yeah, I'm a bit of a Gremlins fan. I'll see what Gremlins 3 does, but Gremlins 2 does take a lot. It does, in my opinion, take a lot to topple, and because the guy that did Gremlins 2 is not involved. That was this Joe Dante, which he is apparently sitting this one out. But Crumbler, Spielberg together, it's worked in the past.
If they keep a similar sort of feel for the movie, as they could go either way with it. They could go Gremlins 1 route, a little bit more horror thriller, and make it a little bit more gritty like that, or carry on the Gremlins 2 route. Keep it a bit funny, comedic. That way, in a way, if it's not a scary movie, people are going to take their families. Gremlins 2 is one that you could probably watch with slightly younger kids. I say younger, 12, 10. Gremlins 1, probably not. Probably 15. So it's the wider audience would be to go to Gremlins 2 route. So it'd be interesting to see what they're going to do, who they get involved, if they capture that magic again. That's all you want, isn't it? There's a reason why people fondly remember these films.
Yes, but there is also a danger. But if they do a Cobra Kai, then it will absolutely work, because to me, Cobra Kai has earned its place in those Karate Kid movies, and the ending to Cobra Kai is fantastic, because you realize it's not Daniel's story, it's Johnny's story. And actually, I mean, the Karate Kid movie that came out, the movie's, it's okay, it's Jackie Chan and Daniel, and there's some good moments in it, but stay after the credits, because there is a cameo from Johnny, and it is fucking brilliant. And if you've watched Cobra Kai, yes, in the movie there is a cameo at the end with Johnny and Daniel, and it's for Cobra Kai fans. So if you've watched
Jaden Smith in?
No, it's a sequel to that without Jaden Smith. It's a new kid who's quite good, I mean, it's a standard Karate Kid movie, really, with Daniel and Jackie Chan. And it's okay. It's not like
that one.
stand out. But if you do watch it, watch after the credits, because there is. It's just. I wish they put that at the end of Cobra Kai. Because it's just it would. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Cobra Kai ending was 100% brilliant, but I'd love that there is a moment at the end of this movie. It might be on YouTube by now, but it's just great. It's Johnny and Daniel, and it's funny as fuck. Anyway,
Karate Kid Legends.
Yes, that's the one. Right, we should move on to our next one.
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful. How terrible! Oh no!
Okay, after nearly a decade of false starts, and even a couple of months ago, this was meant to be happening. Paramount has reportedly shut down the Star Trek Kelvin timeline for good. The J.J. Abrams produced series that began in 2009 with Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, and Zoe Saldana. She was that useless. According to Variety, insiders cited by bounding into comics, Paramount now wants to launch a completely new Star Trek film with no connection to the Abrams trilogy, marking the end of the lens flare heavy Kelvin-verse. Now, I remember at the time really, really enjoying the first, and Gareth's going to be shouting at me for this because he hates them. I really enjoyed the first movie at first because I really thought that Carl Urban as McCoy was brilliantly cast, Pine was good as Kirk, and Zachary Quinto was great as Spock because, like, Leonard Nimoy was in the first one and handed the baton over. He does it on screen, and it was kind of good. The second one, they basically took Khan, and again, I actually quite liked Benedict Cumberbatch, Gareth's male crush, as he is a good actor, as Khan, but a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people criticised it. I understand why now people don't like it because people don't like J.J. Abrams, and I have to kind of agree with them. But I still kind of like the music, and I like the three actors. Now, Zoe Saldana's Uhuru was massively miscast. Poor old Anton Yeltsin as Chekhov. Again, I mean, lovely actor. I didn't think he was really Chekhov. And the other chap from what was those weed smoking movies with the Indian chap in it? I've forgotten the name. Anyway,
I lost my car. No, dude.
Yeah, well, I think he was. No, it was. I've forgotten the name of them. You see, this is why I don't host because my brain is a sieve. But anyway, the dude that played Sulu, who was all right, but. There was a whole controversy in the third one. I mean, the third one kind of went off the rails a bit, and Star Trek Beyond was easily the worst out of all three, and it did kind of go off the rails, and they massively underused Lufa as the bad guy. He was massively underused.
John Joe.
That's it. But he was in. I've forgotten. He made a couple of weed movies with that Indian chap that. Went into US politics and then is now back making movies again. But Star Trek 4 was meant to start with the whole thing was Kirk's father and Kirk going back in time and meeting his dad. And effectively what it was going to do is reset the Kelvin timeline, apparently. And I mean, they've been talking about it for 10 years and it got cancelled. Then it got renewed. Harold and Kumar, thank you, Monkey Nut Punch.
Oh, there you go.
I told you he was shouting at the screen at me. See, he knows what I'm thinking about, right? But he knows my memory's a fucking slip. Harold and Kumar, thank you. But I mean, it's been sort of coming and back. But the one thing that I think, even the third one, the one good thing about, other than the music, I always loved the music to these three. Was the central. They did cast the central trio correctly. Zachary Quinto, Chris Pine, and Carl Urban really were. Carl Urban as Bones was brilliant, especially in that first one. But I understand why people switched off it. The lens flare is bloody annoying. And whilst it was used quite a lot in the first one, it was used in every scene in the second one. So I can understand why people got pissed off. But I did kind of like Benedict Cumberbatch's Khan. It did kind of work for me. And what I liked about that second one was you almost, at one point, you sympathise with Khan. And again, that's quite clever, and then you don't. But again, I understand why people didn't like them. Am I upset that they're not coming back? Not really. I mean, the thing is, Paramount have done a damn bloody good job of destroying Star Trek far worse than J.J. Abrams did. His bloody legacy is that freaking Klutzman. And yeah, we've got Star Trek Academy to look forward to. Yay! A continuation of Discovery. I'm so excited. Although there are now news stories that the Archer TV series is definitely happening. Not officially announced, but apparently it is going to happen.
I don't know who Archer is. Is that a person?
So Archer was you best know him from right. He was what's the name of the actor? Oh shit, Gareth. Right, he was in Quantum Leap, the original Sam Beckett. Right, he then became Jonathan Archer in Enterprise, which was a prequel to Star Trek. Right.
Okay.
Again, it only got 4 seasons. Gareth will be shouting at me unless I mention you need to see it, Nigel, because it's got the greatest set of Star Trek boobs ever. There you go. To Paul.
I did see on Paramount.
Yeah, you would know.
No.
Jodie Blair. Yeah, you would know.
I did see Sam Beckett in one of the Star Trek uniforms, and I thought, I didn't realise he did Star Trek. Scott Bakula. There you are.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go.
And also that needs to be said. I like the sexy green Starfleet co-ed played by Rachel Nichols.
Yes.
Keith knows.
No, I know what you're talking about. That was from the movie, and I know what you're talking about. And yeah, that was good.
I'll have to have a little look at the Sam Beckett.
Enterprise takes a while to get into. Although it's interesting, it's the last 2 seasons are really good. And once you got through Deep Space Nine, there's an actor in there that plays Wayham. See, now he's smiling. That was the Mirror Universe version of her. Damn.
Is that Disco in the door?
No, that is it's way before that, but just damn. Right, the first episode, you'll love the first episode because this was before, like, you know, they were using transporters, and they would have to go down in shuttles, right? So they would have to go through decontamination, and the room wasn't that big, so they would have to how do I put this, take care of each other. And of course, this was on screen. It's a gift. But great minds. Great minds think alike. This AI is amazing.
Which one was AI?
Well, yeah, the whole thing is going on the screen. But
it's very interactive. It's very good.
It's very interactive. Anyway, I've lost my train of thought now.
What were we saying?
Yeah, I can't remember. She has that effect on
Star
everyone.
Trek?
Yeah, so this is all Enterprise. And because basically, nice to fill you in very quickly, Paramount are not making any money. Paramount Plus has kind of sucked. Star Trek, since it's come back, has kind of sucked, with the exception of Picard Season 3, which was actually one of Amazon's best performing purchased TV shows. And it was the cheapest one that they made. Discovery sucked. Netflix got rid of it. That's why you only saw a couple of seasons on it. And, you know, as Hollywood does, they try and sort of like brush over the fact that failures and only celebrate successes. Discovery got to season 5 and then got canned because it has a small and very vocal fan base, but it is small. And then they've gone on, like, just before the contract was kind of sold to Skydance, they greenlit 2 seasons of this god-awful Star Trek Academy, and I can say it's god-awful because the trailer makes it look bad. It's been made by the same people as Discovery, and it's a sequel to Discovery. It's going to be awful, right? Even the trailer shows how awful it is, right? You just have to see all the people. We have handicapped people and all this kind of, because we have to be diverse, and we put them center stage, and we've got Tilly, the one that you know, the one that weighed more than I did and managed to run around the fucking thing greater and faster than all the men. That's what we're getting on. But I don't think Skydance want it. I think they want they want money. So what are they going to do? They're going to bring back Scott Bakula as Archer, and I think it's a good idea because he was popular. And actually, Enterprise has gained fans since it came off the screen. And again, it is because of T'Pol, but Scott Bakula as well, because again, he is, I mean, you know, a Quantum Leap. They tried to bring that back without Scott Bakula, and it didn't work. I wonder why. He's just a likable. He's a likable actor, and
I used to watch that all the time.
Yeah, I mean, he's always been likable. I remember when he turned up in Chuck, the TV series, and he played Chuck's father, and he was great in that as well. So yeah, no, I'm up for that. Right, I wax lyrical, and I should move on to the next one. AI.
Wow.
Right. Toho Studios has officially announced Godzilla Minus One, the next Japanese-produced entry in the franchise, following the global domination of Godzilla Minus One. Set in the same timeline, but several years later, the film will reportedly explore Japan's struggle to rebuild after the monster's original rampage and the Second World War, with the tagline, "What happens when the scars never heal?" Directed by Takashi Yamazaki, returns promising a darker, more intimate story about the survival, grief, and the shadow Godzilla leaves behind. The film is slated for December 2026, with a limited US theatrical rollout expected in early 2027. I think it will be the biggest movie of 2027. I'm just going to put it out there. And I'm surprised that it's limited, because did you ever get to see Minus One?
Don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Right. So this
Possibly.
movie.
Oh no, I watched a series on Apple TV about Godzilla. I think, but that isn't this, is it? That's something else.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you some perspective. Right. This entire movie cost less than 30 minutes of one episode of The Acolyte. Right. This had better effects, better acting. Everything is better about this movie, and it cost a fraction of one episode of The Acolyte. This was the best movie of the year when it came out. I have seen it 3 times now, and it is not your average Godzilla story, because actually Godzilla is a supporting character. It is a story about a kamikaze pilot who chickens out of performing the kamikaze act and returns home to a totally destroyed Tokyo after the Second World War. Godzilla is a separate to it. He takes center stage when he turns up and destroys Tokyo again. But the story is not about Godzilla. It's about pilot. The ending, if you've not seen it, watch it with the subtitles. do not watch the dubbed version. Because the dubbed version on Netflix destroys the ending. Because like a lot of Japanese films, they don't quite understand. And they redub it, and it totally changes the end of the movie. And the end of the movie is so... The end of the movie is really, really emotional. And it is a brilliant moment. And you have to watch it with its subtitles. You have to sit there and read the subtitles. But trust me, it's worth it. It is an amazing film. And it is one of my favorites. Not just one of my favorite Godzilla films, it is one of my favorite films. It's just fucking fantastic. No, it's on Netflix.
Oh, it's a Netflix one.
Yeah, you can get Godzilla Minus One and Godzilla Minus Color, because there's a black and white version of this as well. Just for yeah, there he is.
Oh.
But look at it. I mean, there are moments when it is a dude in a suit, but trust me, most of the effect shots on this are better than anything the Acolyte ever did. And the story, the journey that this pilot goes on, and the emotion that's in this, there's so much, with a Godzilla movie, right? And don't get me wrong, these Godzilla movies are usually monster smash, and those movies absolutely have their place. Right, Gareth and me, we love the American Godzilla movies. They are really bad movies, but they're great because they are monster smash, and that's what we want to see, right? So actually, I don't think they're bad movies, but acting, story, it's kind of like second to monster smash. Monkey beat the shit out of monster. This is a proper art house movie with a really great story made for like 11 million, I think the budget is for this movie. It is fuck all nice, the budget for this movie. I mean, it's how the fuck they did it and how they achieved it. There are moments when the effects are a bit ropey, but actually most of it looks really, really good. And you go and trust me, I've seen like $200 million movies that don't look as good as this.
Certainly the bits that we're showing on screen at the moment using our fantastic AI is really intriguing. Looks like
if you've never seen it, flick. It is one of it certainly, I can't tell you more about it because I want you to watch it, but it's an emotional story. But don't watch the dubbed version because the dubbed version ruins the ending. And
I'll definitely watch it because we watched I'm trying to remember the name of the one we watched. I think it was called Monarch. I think that's what it was.
Yes.
We really enjoyed that, and so I think we might enjoy this as well.
It's slightly controversial in Japan because it is, and you'll get this. There is an anti-government message in it slightly, and the director is not overly political, but he's critical of Japan's government, and this is very critical. So in some circles in Japan it didn't go down well, but actually to me it's a masterpiece. I mean, it's a masterpiece on so many levels because what they achieved for the budget, it deserved more awards than it got. The message that it sends is great. I agree with it as well. I love this film. I can't tell you enough. So I am very excited about this, but I will say this: Minus One is a masterpiece, and whilst the ending leaves the door open, you've got to be careful with it. But he crafted a brilliant movie. Hopefully they can do it again. Hopefully they add to it and they don't do what Stranger Things Season 2 did. Stranger Things Season 3 is better, nice. Trust me. Because they realised what they did.
Eventually, I think.
But I am very, very excited for this, and I love the title, -0. Great. I am looking forward to this, and hopefully, again, they won't, because it was massively successful, won a lot of awards. I hope they don't throw a big budget at this, because again, things kind of suffer when you throw a huge budget at them. I hopefully, again, it will be not a huge budget, and they will be forced to use that same ingenuity they did in the first one, because I think that's part of why it's such a damn good movie. But you will enjoy it. It's a great story. It's really, really emotional ending. if you don't have a single tear in your eye, Nigel, you're not human. At the end of this film, because it's
quite likely.
It's an emotional film. Just trust me on this. Right, now for something entirely different.
Say, hold up, wait a minute.
Oh, everybody's favourite showrunner, Russell T Davies, has confirmed that the classic Doctor Who monster, the Sea Devils, will now be known as Homo Aqua in the up-and-coming spin-off, The War Between the Land and the Sea. Davies not joked, that it's racist to say Sea Devils. I want to bang my head against the mic. But beneath the humour lies a sharper theme. The show reimages these creatures not as villains, but as an oppressed species fighting against the human population. The story follows negotiator Barclay, Russell T Davies' love child, Russell Tovey, and aquatic ambassador Salt. Google blah blah blah. As they try to prevent, I can't pronounce that name, and I'm not even going to try. As they try to prevent an eco-war that would drown the planet. Okay, I was marginally interested to watch it until I read that piece of generated material there. No, I don't care. So, Nigel, Homo Aqua, because apparently Sea Devil is racist.
What is going on?
Russell T Davies has lost the fucking plot, is what's going on, and he's rubbish. And you know, when I said he's joking, he's not joking, because you just listen to this.
Is this actually is this a Doctor Who thing, or is it something else?
Yeah, it's a spin-off of Doctor Who. So that's Russell Tovey. That is the Homo Aqua, otherwise the Sea Devils. We have actually had some episodes of the Sea Devils in them, and they were an old school Doctor Who race that live on Earth, because you had humans on top, you had, I can't remember, the Silurians, I think, or something along those lines, beneath in the ground, and then you had the Sea Devils that lived under the sea, right? So you actually have three races that lived on Earth. So this is apparently dealing with the Sea Devils, the war between the land and the sea. It's basically getting dropped onto the iPlayer early because nobody cares.
Nobody's going to watch it on live TV.
I did hear an interesting rumour though this week, and I didn't include it because it's not a confirmed story, but it is fortuitous. So I don't essentially, and he was in. So that's got John Bishop in, and this was the first Sea Devils episode with the other really bad Doctor, and you know.
This is why I don't have a clue who the Sea Devils are, because I didn't watch any of her things after the.
They're an old school. Episode. They're an old school creature. They didn't just come in here. I think they are from. I'm sure I can't remember which Doctor they encounter, but they're old school. But there's your Sea Devils, right? Anyway, so the rumour is, and we talked a bit about this last week, because it came out last week that the Disney deal was done. I mean, it was the worst kept secret. The BBC are in talks with Amazon. That's just across the internet now, so there's truth in that. But Amazon are rumoured not to want Russell T Davies, and I'm pretty damn sure that the BBC have given him a Christmas special, because the press release was he's agreed to come back. In other words, he got fired for fucking up the Disney show, because Disney apparently said he's too woke for them, and if Disney's telling you that, BBC, you've got a problem. But so Doctor Who is on the lookout for a new showrunner. There they are. And it just so happens that probably one of the best showrunners of all time has moved to the UK. So remember we told you about Babylon 5 last week?
Oh, yeah.
Well, its creator, JMS, has moved to the UK. And Doctor Who is looking for a showrunner with not a big budget. And there is one showrunner that is particularly good at crafting brilliant TV with not a very big budget. Not saying it's going to happen, but he's in looking for work and he's moved to the UK. If the BBC knows what's fucking good for them, they will just go and drop like the entire budget and just give it to JMS. And I'm telling you, Doctor Who will be popular again. Just saying. Because anybody that thinks that the word Sea Devils is racist needs a mallet to the head. Acme style. Do you have any
I can't get over that, yeah. That's weird.
I know. Shall we move on?
Let's do it.
Women, know your limits.
Okay, so quite a long time ago, there was this brilliant TV series on the BBC starring Hugh Laurie and what's his face, the guy that played Loki. I can't remember his name. Anyway, rather, I'm trying to get the show notes. Tom Hiddleston. There you go. After nearly a decade of silence, Tom Hiddleston is finally returning as Jonathan Pine in the season 2 of The Night Manager, premiering on New Year's Day 2026 on the BBC One and iPlayer, with a global release on Prime Video on the 11th of January. The new trailer reveals Pine living under a false identity as Alex Goodwin, a low-level MI6 operative trying to keep his head down in London until a chance run-in with one of Richard Roper's old mercenary drags him back into the shadows. Did you ever watch The Night Manager?
Never seen it.
Dude, this was really fucking good. I don't think Gareth liked it as much as I did, but I really enjoyed this. I mean, it's what's his face, the guy that the spy writer, John Le Carrier. Anyway, he wrote the book, and this was like converted into a series. But this was why people kind of thought that Hiddleston could play James Bond. Basically, season 1 is he plays a night manager of a hotel and inadvertently gets kind of roped into an MI6 operation trying to nail an arms merchant, played by Hugh Laurie. So Hugh Laurie is the bad guy in season 1, and it's got the person running the op is Olivia Colman and Tom Hiddleston, and I mean, this is why I love Olivia Colman. She's great in this, and she's coming back for season 2, although she's not in the trailer, which is interesting. But she is coming back. But this is season 2 of the. Oh no, she is in the trailer. There she is. So she, I missed her in the first trailer, so she is coming back. But yes, the. You're all right. You made your point. This AI. It's rather belligerent.
It's definitely there, mate.
I am very much looking forward to season 2 of this, because I really enjoyed season 1, and I like a good spy show, and this was particularly good. And that looks like the guy that played Merlin, which I also did not notice the first time I watched this trailer. Thank you. If this is something you've never seen, you should see it. It's on the iPlayer, I think. I think it used to be on Netflix at one point. But we've got a 3rd season of this, because BBC did a deal with Amazon to do 2 seasons, and this is why, by the way, BBC have an existing relationship with Amazon, and I'm calling it now. Doctor Who will be, if it is coming back, it will be on Amazon. Just say. But season 2 of this. So if you've never seen it, I'm just going to have to act excited for the both of us. But Tom Hiddleston back on our screens, playing the spy, Jonathan Pine. A lot of people have waited a very long time for this. I do not understand why it's taken them nearly fucking 10 years to make this, because it was one of the most popular shows on the BBC at the time. Lots of people loved this. It is finally coming back, and I'm very excited. So the Christmas I will be looking forward to this on New Year's Day. Even though I'm being forced to go up a mountain. So I'll have to find some internet somewhere just so I can watch this. And a VPN. Anyway, it is time for the comments. So, bring on the music. I love this music. So, Biffa was first in. Bob Iger, make the Predator into a Disney princess. I know Gareth's seen it. I don't know what. I don't think he enjoyed it that much. It's pronounced Frankenstein. Frankenstein. Okay.
Frankenstein.
Nigel, my favourite DS9 episode is Season 3, Episode 10. Cisco goes back in time and solved the homelessness.
I'll eventually get there. I am running out of time to watch stuff.
And he also says, don't feed Keith after midnight. Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Thank you, AI.
Because Keith just gets fatter. Yes.
Replace the Kelvin timeline with the Keithy timeline. Shows only made by Terry Matalas. Tell me I'm wrong. tell me I'm wrong. I agree with that. Tanith is back. Hello, Tanith. Didn't realise you guys were back on Minus G. Yes, this is the Monkey Nut Punch Minus G. Low budget version. Low budget host.
Low budget host, yeah.
John Cho, that was the name of the guy. And yes, Howard and Kumar, thank you. It was in the States, but not here in the UK. Howard and Kumar? What were we talking about there? I can't remember.
I can't remember what that bit was about.
Oh, yeah. John Cho, the White House Castle trilogy. That's Howard and Kumar. Yeah. I like the sexy green Starfleet echoed by. Yeah, she was pretty hot. Now, come on. I mean, this AI is way too intelligent. I said something's gonna go wrong in a second. I wrote the word contingency for it. Well, so it's just me. What?
Yeah, I don't understand that. I wrote the world contingencies for it. The world itself just made the servers. Is that a quote from something?
No idea, but I'm skipping. How to be a stupid gamer. Hello. Wow, it's that bot. I wondered that too.
Yeah.
Odd. I mean, I'm here quite listening, but yeah, interesting. Sounds like a bot. I agree with the message. I'm not sure. Right, Sea Devils, and this is all responding. On the phone. Chuck has finally here. You are fourth this week. And hopefully, if Laurie's not here or is not watching, we'll say it anyway. Hello, Laurie. Hello, Chuck. Just a quick one. I'm going to plug Chuck's video. His latest one is part 1 of a journey in a machine. He goes up in a proper decent Defender up into Iceland, and the guide that's guiding around is like really knowledgeable. Anyway, really good video. Go and watch it on his channel, Covert Action Travel. It's good. Watch it if you like Iceland, you like drone photography, and that fucking epic. So go and watch it. There we go. Right, do we have a trailer this week? Show notes. Maybe I should read the show notes. I don't know how it does it. Yeah, it would help if my... There we go. We got a trailer. Right. Percy Jackson season 2. I quite liked the first season, so here we go.
You guys get nightmares, right? I usually get ones that tell me the future.
Can't say I watched the first season.
It's quite good.
Or try to kill me. My name is Percy Jackson.
See the lightning thing?
Didn't have the Jane?
Yes.
About Grover?
About camp.
The danger the camp is under is greater than you can possibly imagine.
What about Grover? You know where he is?
The Grey Sisters see all.
They only have one eye.
Look who's talking.
I'll see you out there.
Look, poisoned her.
If the tree falls, the barrier falls, then camp won't be open to any attack. Save Grover. Percy, you gotta find him. Save camp.
For the key to our survival, you must quest to the Sea of Monsters.
To the Kraken.
Yeah,
Always the Kraken.
Greek mythology, mate. Yep.
Does that look like Doc?
They take care of each other. That's what real heroes do.
Kill the son of Poseidon.
Sorry!
You can't give up on your family.
Perseus, don't underestimate yourself.
I'm not gonna let some stupid monsters stand in my way.
So, I quite enjoyed the first season of this because it was kind of respectful to the source material for the most part, and it was quite watchable. The problem is, it's been, I think, nearly 3 years, and he looks a hell of a lot older than he did in the first one, and it's only meant to be a year. And this is the problem with streaming, and this perfectly fucking highlights it. It was one of the biggest hits on Disney Plus that year, but he looked a hell of a lot younger. So, and this is literally meant to be almost after the ending of the first one, and yet it's been nearly 3 years, and it absolutely shows in the kids, because now his voice is deep. He's not, hello, my name's Percy Jackson. He's like, hello, my name's Percy Jackson. And a lot.
I was thinking this looks like your typical teenager or young.
It is. They are teen novels, and there was some movies made, and the movies were yeah. They were trying to, but actually, as a TV series format, it works quite well. And the first season was quite good. I mean, there were moments when it was Disney, but actually, it's probably the most un-Disney thing that Disney have done for a while. It was watchable, and the characters were mostly likable.
Yep.
They did obviously race swap one of the characters, and because Disney can't help themselves. But it was watchable. But we've been waiting for ages because streaming. I mean, this is the problem.
It's almost like what they do is they'll put something out, they'll see what the reaction is, and then go, "Oh, people like it," and then start to think about a second season.
And it takes
rather
3
than
years.
have something in place, written. They start the whole process again for season 2. They then start to think about stuff.
But even when you're right. But even when they order 2 seasons at a time, it's even when they do this, like they still take 2-year gaps. I mean, freaking hell, Strange New Worlds. I think it's been nearly just over 2 years since, maybe nearly 2.5 years since season 2. And season 3 had already been greenlit. It's just ridiculous what they do. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't like Strange New Worlds, but even when they've greenlit seasons before even the fucking first one goes out, they're still putting 2 to 3 year gaps, and it doesn't work. This is why I like Paradise, because the Paradise guy came out and went, don't worry, season 2 next year, we're going to try and push it for January to February. We don't want you to wait that long. You see, this is what I like about Paradise, because it's mystery box, But they answer the questions. Then they ask more, right? They don't leave you hanging. They don't know what... He says he's got a 3-season plan, and we'll talk about it in a minute because you've watched it, I know. And, you know, he's got a playbook for that, and it's going to be over 3 years, right? So you're not going to have to wait 3 fucking years and then forget what the whole thing is about. It's a bit like One Piece, right? That was going to be a fucking hit. The minute I mean, Netflix. The only thing that could have screwed it up is if they had like cast Monkey Luffy as a girl and done something else like that. One Piece was always going to be a fucking hit, right? And where's season 2? One of Netflix's biggest things, other than Stranger Things, fucking Stranger Things, 3.5 goddamn years.
That's it. Yeah. I remember you saying last week.
Eleven is married with an adopted kid. I mean,
they take too long. They really do.
Anyway, right.
People watch something and they go, "Oh yeah, love that. When's the next?"
So
they go on to something else.
Yeah, you watched Paradise. You did your homework, Nigel. I'm proud of you. So tell me, good sir, what did you make of it? Did you know that? It's all right. Did you see it coming?
The fact that they were in what they were in, I didn't see coming. As soon as I saw it, I thought, "Ooh, Truman Show." But I like the way they sort of teased bits in each episode, so you got a little bit more context around things. I would have loved to have seen more outside than inside. But yeah, I just had a little look. Season 2 confirmed for early 2026.
Yep.
Well, that's targeted anyway, but there's no real.
I've heard it's the beginning of February.
So that'll be really, really good. So I'm looking forward to that. I want to see more because they've left you on that little bit of a hook with the wife, and yeah, that girl was an absolute nutter, wasn't she? Wanted a wee.
When that twist came, I mean, when you realise that she is a complete and utter psychopath, that was a shock. But I think the penultimate episode 7, where it actually happens, was a masterpiece in television. I mean, just you are on the edge of your seat that whole fucking episode.
Do you know, I watched that and then I immediately text Gareth. I was like, fucking hell.
I mean, I remember Gareth and me watching it at the time, and it was just like, I think that's one of the greatest episodes of television ever written, actually.
When they start, I wasn't expecting it. I was just expecting more of the same. But then literally the whole episode was about the lead up, the few hours leading up to what actually happened, and you can feel the panic and everything building. You can feel it, and you're seeing it from the security guy's perspective mostly, and just following him around, and people are just going at his face, and he's going, "Look, I don't know, just wait," and he's trying to. That's now given context as to why he doesn't like, or he told the president that he doesn't like him, because he had the opportunity. The president had the opportunity to tell him, "I think something's coming. Tell your wife not to go." But he didn't. That's all he needed to say. "Look, I think what we've been preparing for might happen while she's away. Just don't go. Tell her not to go." If he'd done that and the wife had gone, "Nah, it's all fine. I'm still going to go. It's my job," Well,
he does question. He does say,
tried,
but
he didn't give anything away.
But I mean, the thing is, you realise Cal's just a human. a human with a father, and again,
Cal?
the bit
Is that
the bit with the father where the father finally lets his guard down and actually says his son loves his son, and the son's not there. It's the grandson. It's tragic.
Yeah.
That moment as well really got me. There are moments in this that I just remember watching this first episode going. I remember watching going, it feels a bit Truman Show like the way they're laid out. Why is he in a home and what's going on? The thing that I really never saw coming was when you suddenly started setting these screens, I'm going, what the fuck? And then you see that they're in this thing, and I was just like, oh, what the fuck have I just watched?
when he's going for a jog, I'm thinking, early on, I'm thinking, isn't he warm? It looks sunny, and he's going for a jog. Isn't he fucking hot? And now it makes sense that he's not hot because of where they are, and that's why he's wearing all the extra shit.
It was unpredictable. It was really good TV. It did not leave you hanging. Yes, okay, they've left you on a cliffhanger with the wife, but that's what good TV should do. But
season 2.
But the questions that are asked in the season 1, it mostly answered, and it wasn't just J.J. Abrams' mystery box. It was mystery box, and it would make you tune in for the next episode. But that twist at the beginning of the first episode is one of the best twists I've ever seen, because it is one of those true what the fuck moments. You see, I never saw The Sixth Sense in the cinema, so I had that twist spoiled rotten, right? I did not know about this, so when that twist comes, it's like, what the fuck have I just watched? This is not what I thought it was. I quite like the guy, what I've seen so far, but this show is now completely fucking different to what I thought it was. And that just kept me on the hook. And then episode 2 coming, it gave you all that, and then you get something else, and then you realise his mate is dodgy. Although, is he dodgy? And and you end up having sympathy for the only person that you don't actually have sympathy for, really, is the rich woman. Even though you do kind of have sympathy with her about her son, but then she just turns into an absolute bitch. So when she gets shot through the neck, I kind of cheered.
Yeah.
Serves you right, bitch.
Yeah, literally, she is the only person who I didn't care what happened to. I literally didn't give a damn what happened to her. Nothing.
She does,
no emotion whatsoever.
I loved it.
I actually liked
to the
this
end.
guy as a president.
I do as well.
He seemed really reasonable. Wasn't he? Is he the same actor from Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man? Harry.
No. He's in X-Men as Cyclops.
Oh, is he? Okay. Oh, right, okay.
He's been in loads of things. He's in the Sonic the Hedgehog movies. But he was in the X-Men series. But he is just, and I never used to like him. I always thought he was a bit of a smarmy bastard. But in this, he is really good.
When I first saw him, we just saw there, he looks a bit like John Barrowman.
He does a little bit, but he is very good in this. But even the trailer doesn't give much away. It doesn't. But I
really know what's going on.
But the one good thing about it was that a lot of people didn't ruin the twist. So I remember reading one article going, "You should watch it. This is really good" on a thing, but they didn't ruin it for you. All they said was, "President gets shot, and he has to investigate the thing." And so you think, okay, it's a whodunit, right? And that's what it is for the entire first episode. Right, you think, oh, this is quite an interesting. I like the characters. Dodgy character. She's a bit sinister. Who the fuck is she? And it's like, oh, this is a really good whodunit. And then camera zooms back, and they're in a fucking cave in this man-made thing.
You see, was he going for a jog in the first episode near the end? And you see a sign next to a house saying, not sunrise, but something's going down. It's going to be sunset in whatever minutes. And you're going, that's a bit of an upside, and then very, very good.
Brilliantly done. It is very well done.
Yeah, do you know? I might mention it to my wife once she's home, and see if she wants to watch it, and I will watch it again.
Yeah, Gareth and I watched them. I think I watched each episode 2 or 3 times before we talked about it, because there's so many little details in there that you missed the first time round that are like, you go and watch it again, you pick up on details and things like that. There's so many little things in it. And I think Gareth did the same thing. We'd watch it twice before we talked about it. But I really like Cal as the president, and it makes that final episode that bit more tragic. But season 2 is going to be interesting, because each season is going to be distinctly different. That's what he said, and he has got a Bible for each season, so he knows how this is going to end, which I like. And the fact is that I like that they put this straight into production. They've made it. It's finished. It's in post production right now, and it will be out first quarter of next year, which is fucking great. Hopefully, it'll have 10 episodes this time, because 8 was a bit short. But they were 8 brilliant episodes of television.
I don't know. I think maybe 8 is good because they packed more in every episode. That you didn't really feel like there was anything dragging in an episode, which I like. It kept my attention. So if you had 10, there might be a bit of waffle, and you don't want a bit of waffle, really. Not in an episode. It was a good pace.
Yeah,
I like
agree,
pace.
And I'm glad.
Such a good story.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad that you saw it, and I'm glad that you watched all 8 episodes. I am absolutely shocked that you've seen all 8. Well, I mean, so really, great. Go and watch it again though, because with your wife, because you will see things, and you go, and then you start making connections. Yes,
because you can then go back, and you see what they've planted.
Yeah, I mean, the opening of episode 2, when she takes them all off, and she talks to that, the German fellow to design. There's lots of little things in there that you don't notice the first time round, but you do the second time round. Once you know some of the characters, you start seeing people in the background. And you're like, and there's just lots in there. Anyway, we were going to talk about Blurberus this week. For Nigel, you probably don't know what this is. So, but you all know who the person is. So, Vince Gilligan, who is Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Now, what you might not know about Vince Gilligan is that he started out on the X-Files. So, because I want to talk about this really with Gareth next week, because I know Gareth's seen this, and I want to get his opinion. So I'm not going to drop my opinion on it this week, but we do now have an idea about, because no one knew what the fuck this show was about. And actually, the first trailer just makes it look very Breaking Bad with some weird shit going on in the background. And it is kind of like, there are moments when this is absolutely 100% Breaking fucking Bad and Better Saul Cole in the way it's shot, and there's like moments where it's pure Albuquerque, and you would think you're in an episode of Breaking Bad. The next minute you think you're in an episode of The X-Files. Now, you need to watch it because I understand why he didn't tell anybody what this is. And even now, I don't think it is what we think it is. I think there is going to be a rug pulled. That's all I will say. I think it is very deliberately shown over 2 episodes, because the first episode alone does not work unless you watch the second one. And I think where it ends is very deliberate. And I know what Vince Gilligan is like. So I know it's got a season 2, but this is very Vince Gilligan in many ways. I mean, there's moments where, you shoot from inside a vending machine looking back at the characters. It's typical Breaking Bad in the way it sets up shots. And like the first fucking 10 minutes of episode 2, not a single word is spoken. Right? And it's this drawn out opening scene like he used to do at the beginning of Better Call Saul, more than he did in Breaking Bad. And yet it is really fucking eerie. And it is deliberately done to make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up in places. I will talk about it more next week, but Nigel, you should watch it because I don't want to say anything because you watch it. Well, if you get Apple TV, watch it. It's on Apple TV. But it's got an Apple TV budget, and you can tell. So we will talk about that. I will say that I saw Frankenstein this week, and this is Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. I really fucking liked it. I don't understand why he hasn't done this until now, because actually he was born to make a version of Frankenstein. It is so up his fucking alley. It's not true, and actually a lot, because Frankenstein, as many people will say, has been done to death. I mean, there was a Kenneth Branagh version. There's been millions of versions of it.
Got the ride at Universal now.
Yes, this
well,
is
more monsters than anything, but he's in it.
This was quite clever because it mostly stays to the source material, but it changes a few things up. It changes his background slightly, and it adds elements of the Bride of Frankenstein into it. But actually, at the heart, it is Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. And whatever I was expecting, it wasn't this. I really enjoyed it. Oscar Isaacs as Victor Frankenstein is fucking brilliant. Just brilliant. I mean, I always knew that Oscar Isaac was a good actor, but he is really good. Christopher Waltz is a new character and is again pretty good in it. But the look of it, the look of this film is incredible. And there's a scene, that scene there is just with the music, and it comes towards the end of the movie is brilliant. I like how the movie's in two parts. It's Victor's story and the creature's story. And it's very graphic, and it's typical Del Toro. When he is putting the creature together, they don't hold back. So he is cutting up bodies. You see that in all its gory detail, but it's playing like this kind of happy music as he's doing it, which makes it that much more eerie. And actually, it shows his detachment. I mean, when he's on par, he's a really good filmmaker, Del Toro. And again, what he does in this is he uses the music and the graphics and real gore to show how detached Victor is from what is actually going on. I mean, there's moments when he's tossing bodies out down the drain, and it's done in such a way that is it's done from Victor's perspective, and it's done in a detached way, and the look again. I said the look of it. You could have gone one way when the creature is created, and actually he goes a completely different other way. You know, there was half of me that wanted him to go, "It's alive," but actually would have ruined the movie. But there is a moment when you think he should do it, but I quite enjoyed it as a film. It is the gothic world that they create. It's so Del Toro. It's untrue. It's so. I don't know why he hasn't made this before now. He was. I have to say, he was born to make this film, and actually, I think it is probably one of the best on-screen adaptations done. Actually, and he does bring something new. And Oscar Isaacs, bang on. And the ending is very good. The ending is similar to the book. So it does. He's adapted certain parts. He's changed certain parts. If you know the book, if you've ever read the book or you know the story, he has changed certain characters, but actually he does it. So his brother, he has a brother in this, and towards the end, the brother says to Victor, "I've always been scared of you. You're the monster." and it's absolutely true because this, he actually the creature is not the monster. It's Victor's detachment, and Victor becomes the monster. And De Toro makes a play towards that in this. But it's on Netflix. You can watch it. Watch it. It's actually probably one of the only films I've ever seen on Netflix, made by Netflix, that absolutely should have been in the cinema. And actually, it's a travesty that it isn't. Because the scene where the creature is created, that would have been much more powerful on a big screen. The setting, the way he creates I mean, it's slightly cliche, but it's Del Toro, so what do you expect? A Gothic tower on the cliff edge that used to be kind of like an old church, and that's where the creature is created. It's very kind of like horror house movie kind of thing, but it somehow isn't cheesy. So it's probably worth a watch. Anyway, I'll wait for next week because hopefully Gareth will see it and we'll give it a proper review. But spoiler, enjoyed it. And it's certainly one of Netflix's best movies. You have watched Deep Space Nine.
I've watched, some of the first season.
You've actually watched more than you've watched 11 episodes, Nigel. Don't do yourself injustice.
Yeah, I did watch another couple this morning. So I've had it going while I'm working. It was interesting. I didn't ask what it was about before I started watching, and then I realised, we're on an actual space station, and the space station's called Deep Space Nine, and everything revolves around whatever happens on there. So it does take a little bit of time to get into it, but starting to realise who these people are and all that sort of stuff. It's funny in places.
Yes.
The only thing I can't get past is Cisco. The way I don't know if it's the actor or he's meant to be like that, but it just feels like he's a puppet and he's a bit wooden and he's just and the way he talks, it just feels very forced, very wooden.
Yes,
I didn't know if it was meant to be like that.
It is, and it lessens. He's a commander. He's not a captain, so he is inexperienced. And he is a bit wooden, but actually it gets a lot better. I think that's slightly deliberate. He becomes, but look at the way he is with his son. This is absolutely right. You've only seen 11 episodes. You wait.
There isn't a huge amount with his son. There is some bits, and he does seem a little bit better, but that's why I thought it was the actor and his acting abilities. That's what I thought, because
he gets better. I think he finds the parts by season 3.
Mm-hmm.
He's a lot better, and the interactions with his son, as I said, episode 4, season 4, third episode, because Way of the Warrior, I think it's the 3rd episode. It is one of the most. It's certainly it is the most emotional episode of Star Trek of any of the shows.
What series?
Season 4, episode.
Got a long way to go.
3, I think it's episode 3. And he's definitely not wooden in that. I've seen that episode quite a few times, and I'm not ashamed to say it, I'm always crying by the end of it. It's a deeply emotional episode.
Yeah, I do feel that the more I see the captain or command, whatever he is, the more I see him he is getting better in each episode. So I feel I almost was sitting there thinking, is this the actor's first role?
No.
And so he's doing his overacting thing.
But he was behind the scenes. I mean, he is an eccentric person. Avery Brooks is the name. And behind the scenes, there are a few things that kind of explain it. But also remember that he is a commander. He doesn't want to be, or he's not sure he wants to be there. In the first episode, he's questioning it. He was deliberately told not to play it. He was not a squeaky clean captain who wanted to be there. He didn't want to be there. Right? He reluctantly stays on. But as they go more into the embassy of the prophets, which you don't really see until season 3, when he starts taking on the religious role, it gets interesting. And actually, I really, as a captain, by season 4, I love him. And there's moments in season 4, Way of the Warrior, which is episodes 1 and 2 of season 4. They are fucking great episodes. But it gets better, Nige.
A week, isn't it?
In season 1 and 2, yes.
Mm-hmm. And then does it go into a more of a a story throughout? Okay.
Yes. So season 3, it starts, but it's still like that. Season 4, there are lots of, because it's a 20, so, there's going to be lots of like monster of the week things. But unlike a lot of other Star Trek shows, they started doing more serialized stories that continued on past the first episode, because this was the first Star Trek that tried to do something different. And season 1 and 2 are very different to normal Star Trek, which is why we told you to watch this, because I know you didn't really like Orville, which was more like traditional when it got
Orville.
less funny. You didn't like that last season, the Orville, except the last episode.
It got a bit too serious. I preferred Orville when it was a bit comedic.
This is why we told you to watch Deep Space Nine, because it's on a space station. It has not squeaky clean characters. It has comedic parts. But he is wooden in the first season. And the first season is more like traditional Trek in that respect.
Yeah.
But by the end of season 2, going into season 3, where Odo discovers where he comes from, then it gets interesting. But there are some great episodes in season 1 and 2. There are some really good, interesting episodes. Some great episodes with Dax and exploring that kind of thing, and her character, and again, it does interesting things with all its characters, and Cisco interactions with his son, especially, and he's sort of like typical father, doesn't like his son's choice of friends, and Nog's journey in Deep Space Nine, by the end of it, Nog ends up going completely different by the end of it. And I like Nog's character, I really do. But if you're 11 episodes in and you're still watching it, trust me, it gets better. It gets better.
I think there was some bits that really made me laugh. The dealer woman who knew she came through the wormhole or something. She had some gifts and they were going to auction it all off, and in order to I've forgotten the guy's name now. Not Knox.
You're talking about Quark.
Yeah. Keep forgetting his name. Where he was trying to negotiate with her a fee. He was going 50-50, and then she just starts doing his ears, and he's like,
yeah,
I'm funny. And he's going, okay, 22%.
It
was good fun.
There is that was the Q episode.
The one with Q.
Yes,
and that was the first time I'd seen Q.
Yes,
but I remember he appeared in Picard.
Yes,
but he's a lot older in Picard.
Well, no, he appeared in Next Gen.
Was he Next Gen?
He was the first episode of Next Gen and the last episode of Next Gen. That's a bloody great episode, season 4. That's the episode that clip there was the episode that Biffa was referring to.
This one?
Oh, that's very near the end of it. That's season 7.
Oh,
that bit That's oh yeah, you wait until you meet Chancellor Gowron. It's the eyes, dude. It's the so. I mean, it is ham acting, but it is the best ham acting you will ever see. There's an episode. I think it's the first episode in season 5 where they infiltrate the sort of like Klingon high command, and Gowron's there. He's the Chancellor. He's the boss, right? And he's sitting there and he has these eyes and these teeth, and he bares his eyes and his teeth, and he's a weedy little chap, but he's fucking scary when he does it. And there's a moment where he's like giving out this award, and he goes, "Congratulations to you and your house." And it's that cheesy, but it's brilliant. It just works, and it shouldn't. You've probably met Garak the tailor by now. If you haven't,
Oh yeah, he was. Oh, what was he? One of the station is an ex-station of a race that left.
Yes,
and he was still there.
Yes,
and
the Cardassians.
Yeah, that's it. The Kardashians.
The Kardashians, yeah. It's
every time they say the Kardashian, it makes me laugh. And he was asking the doctor to get a new suit at a particular time because he knew that something was going down, and he shoved him off to the side. Yeah, that was the only time I've seen him. So
yeah, he's only in 1 or 2 episodes each season for the first couple of seasons. Then he becomes a regular, and it's really enjoyable. If you like the Ferengi episodes, I think it is season 5, where they do. There's an episode called "The Magnificent Ferengi." It's brilliant. I mean, it is fucking genius. It's one of my. It's got Iggy Pop as a Vorta. No word of a lie. Iggy Pop playing a Vorta, and he's fucking brilliant. Because Iggy Pop.
I don't know what a Vorta is.
What you'll find out. But Iggy Pop is a huge Star Trek fan, right? And he gets to play this character in it, and he's brilliant. And it's like this long-haired, tattooed guy is playing like this rather clean-cut alien, and he's fucking great at it. And I know season 6, The Magnificent Ferengi. Oh, I love The Magnificent Ferengi. It's great. And it's all of because you get to learn about. I don't think you've met Brunt. FCA, right? So no. Brunt is another character played by. So there's an actor called Jeffrey Combs, right? And he plays 3 very different roles. He plays 2 of those roles are in Deep Space Nine. Same actor playing 2 very different roles, different makeup. But it's Jeffrey Combs as Brunt, and Brunt is Quark's arch nemesis, and he comes from the Ferengi financial controller, and it's like Brunt FCA, and he turns up in every season. He's fucking great. And there's you finally meet Quark's dodgy cousin that owns the moon.
Owns the moon.
Yeah, owns this moon. He owns this moon, and Quark's character that's quite funny. And like he's extending his Moogie, his mum. Great, and I won't ruin that because again, Quark's one of my favourite characters. And there's a really good episode where again I'll just give you the Defiant, which turns up in season 3, fucking awesome shit. Gets thrown back in time, crash lands on a planet. Cisco, through timey-wimey, comes to the planet now, but it's their descendants, right? And so all their descendants are having a maths class. The maths teacher is a hologram of Quark. Genius. It's great. It's fucking great. And it's like little moments like that in Deep Space Nine that I always like. And for years I would say I liked Voyager more. And then Gareth decided we were going to do these Deep Space Nine. Well, we were going to do 2-parters. We got onto Deep Space Nine, and I started watching it. I thought I've forgotten how much I actually secretly loved this, and actually I love the characters more. I mean, Odo and Quark's relationship is a brilliant thing to watch.
Yeah, I figured he's a security guy, isn't he, Odo?
Yes.
Head of security. And yeah, watching him initially, he's sitting there like telling him how much he's going to catch him about stuff, and he's just sitting in his bar all the time. And I'm thinking, mate, you like him? Shut up. And then Quark is a bit, he's just over friendly towards him, and there's nothing there. I'm thinking, yeah, they're just. And there were little bits in these episodes where you could sort of see Quark's humility, for example, when the new life forms or whatever they're called, they came through for the first time, and they played a game. They wanted to play games, and then he cheated them, and so they brought out their own game and trapped 4 officers in this weird world thing, and his roll of the dice was affecting them and what they were going to do and all that sort of stuff, and he was having to wager. And when he realizes actually it was them in the game, he was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yes.
And I just thought, he does. He doesn't want to say it, but he actually likes his people.
This was the thing about him. He goes over the line, but he always somehow manages to redeem himself. And that's what I remember that episode, actually. It's a good episode. That was the first time you really realise that he has a soul.
Yeah.
And it redeems him. Gul Dukat ends up being like one of the best baddies, but actually, I don't know if you've met them yet, because I don't think it's towards the end of the season that you meet for the first time Kai Wynn. Or she's not Kai at that point, she is just Wynn. And she is very much the Dolores Umbridge of Star Trek. You instantly hate her, and trust me, by season 7, right, you remember what you feel about Dolores Umbridge when you watch Harry Potter 5? This is on speed by the end of it, because gosh, she's awful. I mean, I hate her with a fucking passion. And that poor actress, because, I mean, she was brilliant in the part, but you hate her. And I mean, there is no other emotion. It is pure 100% hate.
What did you say her name was?
She's Vedic Wynn when it first starts off, but you don't see her until towards the end of the first season. I think she first turns up.
How'd you spell it? Vedic.
Well, she's Kai Wynn, Kai Wynn, Winn, I think. But she turns up.
I just see it. Oh right, yeah, she looks like a twat.
Oh, she is.
Just some pictures.
She is. Kira hates her, but I mean, there are moments when they kind of get one up on her, but she is throughout, and you will hate her, Nigel. You will hate her. So be prepared for that, because there is no. You are meant to hate her, and trust me, you do. She is Dolores Umbridge. She is. Oh God, I hate her. I mean, I really, really hate her. But again, what I liked about Deep Space Nine was that it was never shy about doing certain things. It would kill people. Not any of them. Well, yeah, no, I won't. It's not shy about doing certain things. When characters do fuck up, that carries on into the next week, and it does it more and more as you get into it. It does it more. I mean, there are things that Quark does that have knock-on effects into the next episode. And I don't think any other of the Star Trek shows so richly developed the characters the way they do. And it's not just, traditionally they would develop like 1 or 2 or 3 of the characters, but every character has a moment in Deep Space Nine. Every character gets their moment. Every character gets at least a couple of episodes about them. I mean, Julian Bashir and O'Brien hate each other at the beginning, or rather O'Brien just finds Bashir really annoying. By the end of it, they become best friends. And it's gradual the way they do it. And you see it happening on screen. And again, it's a bromance, and it's beautiful. The way it happens, and they do it carefully. And by the end of it, those two are like best buds. And you'll get Section 31 that turns up towards the end. The real Section 31, not the fucking Discovery bullshit Section 31, the proper Section 31. Sinister, dodgy, intelligence service that kind of exists. Because, like, as Gareth said last week, one of the things this show does is it keeps that sort of like Gene Roddenberry utopia idea, but at the same time, it kind of says, you know, in order to keep paradise, murky shit has to happen. Right, and that's what Deep Space Nine did. It wasn't clean cut. Even the characters, like Kira, was a fucking goddamn terrorist, right? But she's a hero in the story. But she was a terrorist. Like Garak, who becomes a hero, was a goddamn member of the Obsidian Order, which was like this fucking the SS basically. So all these characters, Quark is a fucking pimp, con man, all-round crook, who you like. Right? Odo, this unemotional arsehole, you end up loving. And that's probably why you don't like Cisco yet, because Cisco is probably the most clean-cut of them all. But Cisco becomes badass. Trust me.
Yeah, I think at the moment, in terms of who I like and dislike, Cisco is at the bottom.
Yeah, I get it.
And I don't particularly gel with the Doctor very much, or the one he keeps lusting after.
Oh, what, Dax?
Dax, yeah.
Yeah, she becomes more interesting. She does
at the moment,
become more...
those two are just uninteresting.
She gets more interesting.
I had an episode on her, but it wasn't. It was about before she became this Dax. She was another Dax, and then
Curzon Dax.
Yep. So
I think she becomes more interesting when you start finding out about the Klingon side. She goes on an adventure with 3 old Klingons. That's a really good episode.
I think the interesting ones, they are on the screen the most, and that is the security guy. So
you'll end up liking Dax. You'll end up liking Dax. She gets more interesting as it goes on. She gets more interesting, and you realise that she's also not particularly clean cut. She gets more interesting. Bashir is deliberately annoying, and continues to be deliberately annoying, but gets his moments.
Is he the Doctor?
But he gets better. He becomes more interesting, and again, by the end of it, there's not a character that you will dislike except Kai Wynn, and you're absolutely meant to dislike her. You are absolutely meant to dislike her. There are moments when you sympathise with Gul Dukat, and there are moments when you will cheer on Gul Dukat. And again, it is deliberate. You've probably seen him once. He was the old station commander.
Oh, okay.
I think there's 1 or 2 episodes of him in season 1. He's in the very first episode, but he becomes a character. In fact, people in the background that you don't realise were there, because they become really important characters towards the end. And I went back and watched it again and went, oh my God, he's there. I didn't realise he was in the first season, because you don't really notice him.
Oh, actually, yeah, I like the engineer.
Miles O'Brien. He was a Next Gen character. Chief O'Brien.
Yeah, I sort of gathered he was in something else, because he seemed to be talking about Picard, I think.
Yes, he was the transporter chief on Next Gen for like 5 seasons.
And for some reason his wife has disappeared to Earth for a long time.
Again, this was something they never did in any other Star Trek show, was how the family members deal with like postings. And that was Keiko O'Brien, because she was in Next Gen as well. And it's like how Keiko deals with it and his relationship with her. And that gets interesting. And you end up, there's a brilliant episode with the O'Briens and their kid. And again, you'll find that's a good one. The thing that Deep Space Nine did well was parents and their kids' relationships. You carry on watching it, Nige. It gets better, and trust me, by season 7, you will miss it. You will miss it.
I will carry on watching.
There's a lot of episodes that you won't gel with, but there will be a lot of episodes that you will.
Yeah.
And you will love the Magnificent Ferengi. I just know from what you've said about Quark, you will love the Magnificent. You will be pissing yourself laughing. One of the funniest Deep Space Nine episodes. It's brilliant.
Got to get there first.
It is truly brilliant. But yes, you've got to get there first. But there
Season 6.
there are episodes that you can. I mean, carry on. If you don't get into the episode, just skip to the next one.
Yeah, it is very monster of a week, isn't it? So I can do that at the moment.
Yes,
I will do.
but it starts towards the end of season 2 is when it starts getting into it, and my camera's died, which means the battery's unplugged. See, we're all having technical difficulties today, me included. I bet you it's the battery, or I've lasted this long before. Has my hang on? I'm doing a technical check. Yeah.
I swear, love, it doesn't usually happen to me.
Yeah. The power has fallen out, so my camera is not charged. Bloody fantastic. I think the AI. Hang on, am I back?
No, you're
back? Not. Hang on. I'm back.
There you are.
I don't know what happened there. Maybe it got a bit hot. I'm back. I might disappear again in a minute. This AI has a sense of humour.
Please bear with us with these messages.
Yeah. Anyway, hopefully we will be back to normal next week. Unfortunately, Nigel will have to return to the dungeon, but we'll bring him back when we can. Thank you for being my fellow, shall I say, host in this show this week. I often take the piss out of Gareth when he reads the news, but this is not fucking easy, and I learned that the hard way this week, unfortunately, because of all the technical difficulties we've had with Talk Studio this week. Talk Studio fucking sort it out. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for everybody in the chat for taking part. Thank you for joining us again. I saw that Laurie was in there, so I'll say one more time. Hi, Laurie. I loved your video yesterday, Laurie. I genuinely really enjoyed it. I mean, I want that Land Rover. God, what a machine. What a machine. Anyway, and my camera's gone again. There you go. See, technical difficulties. And on that note, I think we should put a bow in it. So thank you, everyone. Thanks for being here, Nige. We will see you next week, and hopefully I will have the normal, decent, perfect host back. Not
and
me.
Remember to plug your camera in next time.
Yeah. Well, it usually is, but it's become unplugged. Anyway, bye!
Bye-bye.